have a question. Like, this is the room to ask questions. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Questions.
But this is where I'm like, this is the place you ask questions.
Go ahead, ask them.
So what are the requirements for somebody trying to get an SBA loan?
You heard Griff say you could be a startup. If you're a startup, but you have collateral. By the way, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. You and I have been talking quite a bit via Instagram.
Does it have to be an LLC or a corporation,
it does
or can
not.
it be a sole prop?
You could be a sole proprietor. You could be a sole prop and buy a building up to $10 million. Most sole props aren't, but you can be a sole prop. You can be an LLC. You can be an S corp.
And how long does a business need to be in business in order to acquire an SBA loan?
Ideally, we like 2 years. However, we see it all the time. If they own a home and they're willing for me to collateralize a second position on their home, sometimes dollar for dollar, but it doesn't have to be. If they're willing to allow me to collateralize a second position, I can do a startup also.
And last question I have, FICO. What's the FICO have to be?
600. 660 we like.
Okay.
600 we can do, but you're going to have a lot of
more money down based on the lower FICO.
Risk mitigation.
Got it.
Thank you.
You guys, this is where you get your golden token, so please ask questions. I got one for her. She's on a 1031 exchange right now, and can they exchange to a business if they do have a business?
They cannot exchange to a business. They can exchange to the real estate. The other way around, a lot of questions I get from realtors. When a business sells themselves, a lot of times happening without the real estate, can they do an exchange for capital gains? The answer is no. They cannot take a business profit on selling just the business and buy real estate for capital.
My name is Marco. We're with Move Real Estate in Irvine. So recently we came across a business owner who had a large amount of PPP loans. How are you guys addressing that with, let's say, small income being reported on their taxes?
COVID, there was PPP loans, which is payment protection for payroll. We hope that they got those waived, and if they didn't, they're screwed. Okay. Now there's EIDL loans. That's different. That's an emergency disaster for COVID. As long as they are up to date on making their payments, we can still get them financing to purchase commercial real estate. What's big right now in our world, partner buyouts. A lot of business owners are getting older and dying, and they're leaving their shares of their business to their kids. Their kids don't have business, so their kids are turning around and selling their shares to their other partner. We're doing a lot of those buyouts without the real estate.
In regards to the tax returns, is there anything that, for example, I like to vet my client beforehand. That way we're not wasting any time, right? Depreciation, or what is one major thing that you guys look for to add back into their income?
Depreciation, number one. Rent replacement, number two. If the number one thing I tell business owners, are you leasing? Yes. Are you going to buy? Yes. You're showing $100,000 of rent on your business tax returns. I can now use that as a rent replacement, write that back in to qualify you, and now show it as a added benefit, and now add it to the top to qualify. Now, sometimes businesses will tell me, I'm not really moving. You make the call on that, how you want to tell that story. Sometimes they're going to keep that location, but they don't have any time left on their lease. We could still tell the story. That's all I'm going to say.
Any other questions?
My name is Jonathan with the Century 21. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Quick question. For an SBA loan used for a commercial property, can you also use that together as a residential property if you're living on...
Great question. Love it. Yes. We're doing a lot of them right now. Is Louis here? No? We are doing... You could do 100% 100%. What's big right now is care facilities. And George is here. He'll talk about it too. You could buy a home for any business whatsoever and utilize the SBA loan to buy that home. And this is very important for you to take back, because what's happening out here along this whole Riverside, San Bernardino counties that we're doing, putting adult care facilities in these homes, residential care facilities, also 6 beds and less in these homes, getting 100% financing on these homes utilizing the SBA loan. So yes, you can use these as long as the county or the city will give you a business license. We will require a business license before I can close that loan. So your vetting is call the city beforehand to make sure.
Quick question. So I have a client right now. He's a business owner looking to sell his house, buy another one. What would be the next step for him if he's he's going into the second year of his business? So what would be a recommendation as far as maybe owning his own building first?
Number one, all day long, he looks tax benefits. Take his money and buy a piece of commercial real estate. I would have him vetted at it from a lending standpoint first. Have them sit and look at his tax returns and vet him so they can actually sit before you and give you those opportunities, whichever direction they're going to be. I'm an advocate on scaling your business, your revenues, because that's what's going to be able to provide you more. First, get your revenues up before you go and buy the real estate. That's my take on it.
Thank you very much.
How many years of tax returns do they need before they can purchase?
We love 2 years tax returns for that business and hope that they have been in business for those 2 years for sure.
Hi, my name is Mary with Century 21. I was wondering if someone that doesn't own a business already and is wanting to invest in for the very first time, what are the requirements besides the 20% down?
How many? No, it's not 20% down. It's way more.
Okay.
Yeah. How many years have you been in the business?
2.
Okay. I try to keep every residential real estate professional that I put through a program out of the investment world initially, because the majority of people that they know investor-wise is going to be like this versus business owners. Now, I'm not discouraging you, but most,
this
hold
is
on.
not personal.
No, I know. Here, let me just tell you this, because residential realtors think that they can get investment property for 20% down in California right now. In California and probably 46 states, you cannot buy an investment property as a cash flowing asset and cash flow it with less than 40% down right now.
I was thinking more of a business. I'm talking about like a food business, or not necessarily a house as an investment, more like a business
I
with
got
an
you.
SBA loan.
Okay, are you looking for my recommendation on what type of business they should buy? What do you ask? I'm sorry.
I'm asking someone that is looking to invest in an actual retail business, whether it's food or any other type of goods. What is their down payment to look like?
To purchase the business.
Yes. If the business, because I know a lot of different businesses, they have the agent and they don't really have the right financials. I'm sure you look at that
All the
before
time.
they invest into that.
We look at, if you want to buy a business, the first thing we look at is the business you're buying.
Right.
They have to cash flow, have enough cash on the bottom line, profit, plus what we call add backs. We will determine
Right.
it.
I know the add backs. Yes.
Okay, if you're buying a building, if you're buying a business only for $1 million,
Right.
I go to the business's financials to see if they can service $1 million. If they can't, your down payment starts to go higher and higher and higher and higher until it can. The problem being, and your job, when you leave here today, when you talk to business owners, you tell them, before you sell your business, I need you to tell me 3 years. I need to tell you 3 years before you sell it, because their books are a complete disaster because they don't want to pay taxes.
Right.
They will never get what they want.
Right. That's exactly my point. So it depends on the income of, like, the net income of the business.
That's that profit
And that can change anywhere between 20 to 30% down
or more.
or more.
And so my advantage to that is, if that business is showing a complete disaster of losses and you're a startup individual and you want to buy that and you have no income to support here for the deficiencies of that bottom line, meaning zero, more than likely the deal's not going to get done. However, let me change the narrative. If you are in that industry, you own another restaurant, and this restaurant you want to buy is complete disaster failing, I can use your cash flow over here of this business to show that I can sufficiently pay for this business over here.
But what if the client already has a good amount of liquid cash and investments to back up the investment?
Doesn't matter. Here's how I see it. Here's how you see it all the time from a lending perspective, risk perspective.
Okay.
I want to know that if you default on this loan and I have to keep this business, it can run itself.
Right.
So it doesn't matter how much money you have. Can this business sustain itself based off of its bottom line? Strictly, that's the only thing I look at.
Okay, and based on the bottom line, you say it can be 20% down,
Yep.
30% down?
Correct.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
I just want to say thank you for those questions because I know
Unbelievable
sometimes we're
questions.
super scared to ask
Unbelievable.
questions, and this is why we have this from today. That every question that you have is not a dumb question because that's what we're here to break through, right? So
That's right.
we're closing this up.
Yeah, close it up. Yeah, we'll get a picture. Thank you for coming. Again, we protect this community. You hear me talk about this all the time. We protect this full service agent community because it means this much. You can't just go into a community and not want to better it. You cannot just go into a community and not want to pour into it. You cannot just go into a community and become a taker. You have to go in and become a giver. So if you want to be part of this community, this full service community, and offer that, you gotta better yourself. You gotta be willing to gain skills so that those skills can benefit your end user. Remember that the full service agent is here to stay. Let's get everybody up front so we can take pictures, please. Thank you very much, everybody.